Gotta come correct. Episode 22. Yes, yes, yes. This one I'm not going to put the banner up. I'm not going to do all that on this discussion. I'm just going to go normal, bolo solo, on the dolo. You know what I mean? I got to do it. Donna, 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 Donna. Yeah, there we go. Donna, Donna, Donna. Okay. Streaming live right now on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube and other platforms as we speak. Yes, it's the Rose Room discussion. And we're going to turn that music down because that's the end of that right now. So, yeah, the Rose Room discussion, episode 22. So, the last episode, I talked about some extreme events, information. This episode is a little much more personal. I know in the episodes you do hear me always speak about my past background because I know that, when we as minorities are, how can I say this, people of indigenous color, of my nationality, which is known as Black, African American, Negro, uh, other different, you know, ways that they strategically place us into these name groups. Uh, what they give us. People say we're indigenous because we're actually really native indigenous people of this land. And some people say we're Afro Americans, Africans, uh, black people, you know, Negroes. You can just go on and on with the different names and variety of different ways to describe us of our culture. But anyway, I know I'm always watched by the government. I know I'm always watched by law enforcement. I know I'm always watched by somebody's listening. So that's why I always give a base of who I am, where I'm from, and my background history. Like I said once before, um, I always go into that because I just always want to have that base because I know when they go into your records or information later on in the future, they always pull up everything you're doing. Like when the trolls get online, and if you receive, like, say, I win like $2 million, and I become very bigger than this, and from having a 10 listeners or 5 listeners, it grows to 5,000 listeners or 500,000 listeners. People always want to pull up receipts of dirt on you. They always want to know what you're about, your origins, your beginnings. What did you say? What did you fumble? Your conversations. How did you come on this level? What was spoken about here? Um, how did the conversation change? You changed from being a real person to now you're a puppet for the machine. It's just all these different things will come out later on. They always do this to people that look like me. It's never done to no one else. It's always done to us. We're just the main targets for everything. So that's why I always want to give an origin story because I know when people first tune in, they haven't heard about me or they never listened to me before and they just think I'm just speaking gibberish because most people think that always. They think that since somebody doesn't have a degree or have a background in this or you can't pronunciate words perfectly or uh, you can't do these type of things better than me or I'm better than you when it comes to talking in proper uh, dialogue. And, it's just all these little things that they use to tear you down. So that's why I state I give a origin story because it sets the tone for everything down the road to come. And like I stated, I myself, I'm from California, from the Bay Area, born and raised. Um, I started working at age 11. Did door to door, paper routes. Then I went to doing subscription, uh, and I did that with the San Mateo Times. I also did that with the in Concord, California, with their newspaper. Um, and then from there on, I, as a kid, started to work on bikes with my friends, earning money. From then, we decided to do other things. Some of my older friends were into stuff that was not legal, so they decided to start doing things that were illegal. I drifted away from that because my parents had me in Catholic school. Yes, I went to St. Paul the Shipwreck. If you know about it in San Francisco, California, you know that school with Brother Jim Good. You know who that is if you went there. Um, and I think the guy that passed away not too long ago, Cecil, he also worked there, the one that worked at Glide Memorial Church in San Francisco. Uh, my condolences to him and his family, and rest in peace to him. He was also a person that came to our school, and he did some sermons from time to time. Um, yes, I am a local individual from California. I then um, graduated from a continuation school. Then I went on to the California Conservation Corps, which was located in Camarillo, California. I did conservation for probably one, two, three, four, close to 5 years, and that was in Camarillo. Um, then I went on to the La Cima Fire Center, which I got my certifications, passed the academies and the fire training there, which I first started my career in fire. Then I went on to the Hot Shots, and then from there I drifted back to Northern California. Um, I During that time that I did work with the Shots, I did invest in my own company. At age 22, I had my own record label. The records are not up anymore because when you had a trademark back in the days, it would stay up for a certain amount of time, and they remove it. Um, I did do good. I did make some money from it, so I was already entrepreneuring at a young age. Um, I went to college. I got some certifications and certs. Um, like I said, I showed you. If you go to my page, you'll see my certification. You'll see the first responder. You'll see multiple fire certifications and certs and different things I achieved during my time. I also, you know, diverse my funds later on and try to invest into a weed company because I knew that was the future. So I invested into weed. Then at that time, it was not considered to be a legal thing. So, like with others, you had to try to get a lawyer, company, things of that nature. I couldn't do it because the person that was going to help me out and be my lawyer advised me later on not to go forth with it because there was too many people that I knew that I was related to, and friends and other people around me that were willing to tell on me. So that's why, I always put that in perspective because I want people to know, um, there are a lot of individuals out there that are two-faced agents, and they're manipulative people around you that are jealous, and they don't want to see you uh, go to another level in life. They don't want to see you reach your highest plateau, or they don't even want to see you go past that. They just want to see you stay in the same place where they belittle you and keep you in that manner into a small sector of your life where they can always monitor you and see what you're doing. When you go past them, that's when they have hatred towards you. But as long as you're in that same low level area where they can keep an eye on you, they have no problems with you. But yeah, that was the short version of it. Um, like I said, during that time, I found a lot of people to be very jealous of me. Um, People were using my identity. That's why I always speak about that. And for all you young people out there, or anybody else out there that's adults, always, check your identity, Equifax, things of this nature. You already know, Transfax, all these other things you can. Even now, your banks, you have access with that. If you're online banking or you have an account with a bank, you can pay $5 like I did, um, and you can have monthly statements showing um, your credit reports and your credit and everything else. Only thing I have my credit now is just school. That's it, because I've been going to school for a long time. Uh, Trying to get these degrees. That's the best thing to do. And that's another thing. You should always invest in yourself, in your future. Knowledge is always a good thing to grasp and keep as a foundation as you keep building a plateau upstairs, higher and higher to achievements, because it's something that no one can take from you, really. Your knowledge is always going to be there. It's one of the aspects that gives you access to everything in life. The more you know, the more you grow. The less you know, then you won't know what's coming at you, and then you'll be slow. So, the future is knowledge. You see that we're into the quantum age. AI is taking over. Everything is done digitally. It's a quick moving, fast paced world. It's nothing to be slow on. You know what I mean? I was just telling my family member how I don't type anymore. I used to type long essays. I mean, when I first started college, I wasn't aware of how to use the computer very well. I was aware of it, of using it, for mixing, mastering music, creating music, doing art, things of that nature, making little minimum cartoons and things of that nature, yes. But I didn't grasp the full potential of my computer or what I can use it for. As I got deep into it, and I took a class on how to use the computer a little bit more in depth to see, because I wanted to make my own websites, which I have one coming up soon. That's another thing. I have a website coming up soon. I'm going to give it a shout out later on when I have it all the way up, because I'm going to put all my merch, all my drawings, ideas, inventions, everything on there. And this is going to be access for anybody. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to let people see it, and I'm going to let people know that what I do is for real. I have a real true inspiration of creating, and I don't want nobody to take that from me. So that's why I'm going to put that out to the world, because I feel like that's the reason why the Most High Creator gave it to me, to engage with other people and to see their perspectives about what I do. Or either I could either enlighten a person to come with a idea that's better, or either use that idea to create another idea, or either congregate with other people to make better ideas. So like I said, I'm always trying to figure out new ways to use my mindset and to use me as a vessel for the Most High to achieve things, and for other people to see that as inspiration so they can achieve more to themselves. Because, some people, they're around people who don't let them shine. And when you're around people that don't want you to shine, like I just stated, they're just not allowing you to grow. And then you wither away. Then your talents and skills are never used. And then later on in life, you're going to be saying, oh, I should have did this. I should have done that. I should have created this. I should have came with that. Don't be that type of person. Do as much as you can do while you can, because you don't know how long you have left on this planet, and we nobody knows exactly the time moment when the Most High will come or what will happen. There's no date for anything. So I go hard with my situation and create as much as I can. And yeah, so back to the situation at hand. I have a website coming up. Look out for that. Um, I did move back to Northern California. I invested in another company. First, I was going to do inventions. I did pay some money to a company for an invention I made. You can also see that on my Instagram and also on Facebook. You can see through my, if you go scroll through my stuff, you'll see it's two inventions I did come up with. What happened was I didn't know the game very well, So when I put out the patent or the invention here in the United States, I didn't pay the full amount of money to make it. Sorry about that. I put out the invention, but I didn't get it fully patent. So when I put it out, somebody overseas took the invention because, when you're dealing with corporate people and all these type of other entities, they know how to manipulate. So they'll get your idea, have you pay for it here, and then they'll go overseas and take your same idea and get a company to invent that idea and then patent it in their name or something else of that nature. I also had a thing too with my company, Intelligent Sounds. Somebody was in Africa and also another place trying to use my same uh, number. Well, it's a number that they give you for your company. They were trying to use it to get these other companies going because at that time I had some type of run. And with that run, I had over like probably 10,000, 11,000, and probably more. And I have a bunch of hits. I have like a big catalog of music. So um, it wasn't really nothing to me. I didn't really make no tons of money from it. It's just that it just shows me that I have some potential and investing in myself. That's what I did. So yeah. But during that time, like I said, be careful. Like I was telling you, with your social security numbers, your information. There's a lot of thirsty ass people out here that don't know how to do anything on their own. And like I stated, they don't want you to grow and develop in life. So what they will do is they're like a weed, they're like a flea, they're like a tick, like a parasite. They'll come and try to drain you, and they'll do as much as they can, and then they'll run off real quick before you get a chance to stomp them or catch them or kill them off. So that's what pretty much all this is about. It's not a game of diversity, and you have to verily worry a lot because I said variably. Sorry about that. I apologize. Tongue twisted. You got to worry a lot about how you stack your funds and where you keep them at, and who you talk to, and how you do your business because it's a lot of people out there that are looking to steal, take, manipulate, and drain you. They don't really have any care for what you're doing, and especially when they're more popular than you, they can always manipulate the masses to believe stuff. Um, like I said, I had a relative who was using my identity. They were using it to get apartments. They were using it to get cars. They tried to mess my identity up. I contacted that company, got it squared away. The relative then was embarrassed. So they came up with this story that I raped some kids or something like that, which never came to anything. Like I said, I contacted the TV show, the online uh website for the court TV. The person refused to come on the show because they were just lying about everything, and plus everything would have came out with them using my identity, my social. It would have been so embarrassing for them and all the people that backed them. And then the funny thing about it, this person was in a church, and they also were friends with a police officer who helped them do all this. And in this community, that's what they kind of do to each other. They're really sad type of people. This is all facts. If you don't believe me, you can do your research, look it up, you'll see. Nothing I'm telling you is a lie. I stand on facts. Um, I'm willing to put my life on it. If you don't believe that, then you can go and do whatever you conjure up in your own mind in life to figure out a way to, I guess, discredit me or to either find out the truth. But yes, this person did that. When they did that, they tried to discredit me in California. They tried to put out some rumor that I was a child molester, and that didn't work. So then they try to state because I was working for the Forest Service and you working for the government, they try to say I was a government snitch or something like that. Then that didn't work. So then they came with another one saying I was gay. That didn't work. So, when you're under attack by people that are weak minded, they can't never come face to face with you. They don't come on any platform talking about you. They do it all behind your back because most of the people that had a problem with me were police informants, people who had went to jail, who had snitched on other people, who told on other people, who had got involved with child pornography, child rape. Like I said, a lot of people from my old neighborhood had children. by underage girls who they had inappropriate relationships with. Me myself, I don't have no kids by no underage girl. Um, I never went to go rape kids. I'm not into that. Some of my relatives, friends, and other people that I don't get along with, they were into human trafficking, taking young girls down to places like San Francisco and forcing them to sell drugs and do things of that nature. I never gotten down like that. That's why I cut ways with a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people don't really truly like me because they're not standing on true morals. They're standing on morals I would call bullshit morals. Principles with them are just they don't have any, so they don't really care about who they offend, what they do stuff to, and people accept that because they're happy with them being fucked up and fucking up the community and fucking up other people's lives. And as long as they keep doing that, the people that are above them that watch them are good with it because they stay above them and they can always have something to talk about down about that person. But with me, they can't fuck with me on that level. That's why I said to you, I have already put out the platform for people to come and debate me. But all the people that have a problem with me that do leave the little comments and negative stuff on websites and stuff like that that I'm on, they don't never come. They don't ever want to have none of the smoke to talk to me face to face. They're scared to do that or to come on this little podcast. They don't even want to do that. So it's just letting you see that there's just a lot of people that have undercover hate. And that was some of the information I just wanted you to understand about me, where I come from, my base, what I have done, what I have created, and what I put together. My first company was called Mafia Records, spelled Mofie. The name was given to me by one of my younger siblings. He came up with the drawing. It was a bullet, and the bullet had a mean mug. He had one of his eyebrows up, and he was holding two cannons, which would be two firearms. And the name was Mafia Records. We invested in that. I invested in it, probably like close to $4,000. I had the attorneys, everything else. I had everything. I had everything. I paid my money to the patent. They had it there for like probably I think 2 years. I had that. That was my first company. That's the one I told you about. I put out probably let me see, one, two, three albums with that. Three, I think two mixtapes, one album. They did okay. They did all right. I got a little check from it. I got some money back from it. Um, the next company I came with now that I have now is Intelligent Sounds. That's the one you can see on any web page if you type up Intelligent Sounds with a Z. So SOUND Z, not S. So it's not Intelligent Sounds with the S, it's Intelligent Sounds with a Z. Because I wanted mine distinctive from the other ones. Because there's a bunch of other ones out there too, also. So yeah, you can see that's why I'm doing uh, a different aspect of wording for my name because I don't want to be confused with other people because they have a different style what they're doing on their own web pages and stuff like that. And some of them are inventors and some of them are uh, DJs and stuff of that nature. So my company, like I said, I have the Rose Room podcast. I have the Game Recognized Gamers podcast, and I also have uh, Power of the Common People for Marcy for MLK, and I also have the MLR Music Podcast Show. There's much more to come after this. You know, I'm still going to diversify my funds into another company because that's what you got to keep doing. And if not, I'm going to do other things. So, like I said, my website is coming up soon. Look forward to that. Pushing that. It's almost done. Um, and with that said, I'm going to come back to another segment after this. I'm going to leave you with one of my slapper slumpers, like I always do. I always want to showcase my skills and ability in what I do and who I am, so that way people can know I'm the truth about what I am. So here's one of my slappers. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm back, and I'm still black, dark brown, in fact. All right, all right. So yeah, that's one of my slapper slumpers. Something to slump or slap to. That's what I do. I've been making music for a while. Like I said, I've made music for people overseas. I made music for people locally here in the Bay Area. I made music for people in Southern California, from down south, from multiple different other places. You may have heard some of my beats. You may have not recognized it was me because sometimes people don't give you credit. And some people have freestyled over them. I've been very happy to hear some popular artists, and I was happy with that. I'm not really tripping. Like I said, I don't really look to gloat. I don't really look for fame. I don't really look to be more popular than other people. I just look to do something because I like the art form and I like doing it, and it's fun to do to me. It's something that I've been gifted with, so why not use it? But with that said, like I stated to you before, this is the place we live in, and one thing I noticed that talking with people from other places, like other countries, they're very happy when they hear my talent. Here in America, I get the most shit, the most slack, the most hatred, the most people that have the most hatred for everything that I do. Other places, they don't even trip off of that shit. Here in your own place where you're from, there's a lot of just hatred, rhetoric, just evil, discard, disrespect behind your back, cowardly stuff. Um, just a lot of just punk stuff. I don't get that. Other places, I talk to people online, they'll give me bigs up, they'll hit me up, say they like my music, say they got it on repeat, play it, blah blah blah, say they downloaded it. It's cool. I'm happy. That's why I do this, because I'm just happy with sharing a talent. But here in the U.S., wow, I've never seen so much hate in your own backyard, and it sometimes triggers me to understand why most of these young rappers that are talented and some of these young people get killed, murdered, and they get unalived in the places that they're from, because that's where the most hate is at. And not only is the most hate is at, it's the people that betray you and backstab you. With the younger gentleman that recently had the Empire. I think he was worth like probably 10 million. Um, he's now in jail due to one of his friends that was wearing a wire. And then we had the other gentleman that just got out of jail, which one of his friends is wearing a wire too. So it just let you see this is a very dirty game. Sad. It's very hurtful, but you got to have tough skin in this day and age. You can't really wither. Can't be afraid. You got to stand on principle. Got to put your armor on. Got to go outside, and you got to still be a man. Got to do what you got to do. no matter what your situation is. And like I said, some people around you at this very moment are jealous and hate you, and you don't even know why. And you have given them the world, a car, money, everything, but they just hate themselves. That's really what it is. So this is kind of like what we live in this country. I think it comes from racism. Racism that comes also from bullying. Bullying comes from you know all these other things derived from all these other things. Color, your hair texture, who you are. Like I said, not too long ago, we were being hated because of the color of our skin and our hair texture and the hairstyles. Now you see that we're living in a 21st century. The same stuff that we were being hated for, everybody else is doing, and they want to be recognized for. Isn't that crazy? The same thing people hated you for, or what you look like, are now trying to mimic what you were in the past when you were just living your life normally, and now want to be that and still hate you to this day. That's just the way this country is made, I guess. It has a lot of mental health issues. That's why I think we have people running around shooting up schools and uh, having sexual inappropriate relationships with children, raping little boys, wanting to hurt themselves, unalive themselves. Just degenerate type of mindset. You yes. But with that said, like I told you, my character was assassinated. I've been fighting ever since to stand on principles. Like I said, I don't have no rapes. I don't have no child molestation under my belt. I have no murders, no kidnapping. I've never run off with no plug money. I've never done anything of this nature. I've never been a police informant. I never wore a wire. Um, I just know that there's a lot of people that are doing everything they can to assassinate you in this day and age. Like I said, if you look at a lot of these young entrepreneurs, they were assassinated and unalived in their own cities. And I can go down a list of names if you want me to. So it's really crazy. And the same people who unalived them or was involved with unaliving them was either friends with them, kin to them, from the same place they were from, or had some type of connection with them. It's really sad though. And I was just discussing this with my family member. All this over a bunch of little music and songs and beats. You know, never heard of Beethoven going after fucking Mozart with a damn shotgun or with a damn whatever the hell they had back in those days, a pistol. Never heard of them having no beef. You know what I mean? Never heard of Beethoven raping Mozart up his ass and making videos of it and putting it on the damn newspaper front paper so people can see it on the Daily Times. What I'm saying to you is just basically the mindset. It really intrigues me on how people are losing their mind nowadays over something so petty as a damn melody and a damn song and a beat. They're willing to kill a little kid, a child, kidnap somebody over a song, a dance, a beat, a bunch of fucking keys that's just ding, 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 ding. And then next thing you know, that's my shit. And that's no. Then they're fighting, suing each other, and shooting each other. It's really crazy to me. But like I said, this is the place we live in now. You know, it's really volatile. It's really sad to see that there's no creativity of sharing. There's nothing of sharing. I'm also studying biology right now, so I'm seeing how all this comes into effect. How chemicals are put into the ocean, how companies that have property um, do not care about the indigenous people that are along these areas, that they are pretty much spilling all these toxic fumes and all this waste into their natural resources and their reservoirs and things of that nature, and where people shower and bathe in the same water they brush their teeth with, and where they also catch fish and eat from and utilize as a source of income, don't care. So with that aspect seen, it's just like, wow, we're living in probably what we would call the last days. We already know that right now the Arctic has had a catastrophic event of melting of glaciers. I mean, so much to where they said within the next, I think it's 3 years, there probably will be no more glaciers. And with that said, you know that this ice is what is taking a reflection of the sun that's stopping the intense heat that we really would feel. And as you can see right now, winters are getting colder, summers are getting even more extreme and hotter. Um, what is going to be the effect? We're losing a lot of oceanic lives. Our reefs are dying right now due to the exposure of chemicals and over fishing. Um, it's just that we're at a point in this country where people are not really being regulated no more. That's why most people, I guess, wanted a new change of guard. They wanted a new president. They're hoping that this new president would come in and put a regulation down on everything. I'm not saying that I'm against anybody or I'm not saying I want anybody. I'm just being my aspirations are just open to see what happens. My horizon has still been, how can I say this? It's still anticipating what's to come. You know what I mean? The weather, I don't know what the weather is going to be. I don't know if it's going to change. I know it's going to get very intense. When I say weather, I mean as in what is going to be the next movement of our lifestyle. What are you going to be dealing with in the future? Are they going to cancel a lot of programs? We already seen with the Democratic Party, a lot of programs were canceled. Um, a lot of after school youth programs were canceled. A lot of programs for elderly people were canceled. Just a lot of stuff went on. And the pandemic, wow, that was something to just, that was something to live through. That was like the damn purge. You know, I've never seen so many people get stabbed, attacked. Never seen so many fights. I never seen so much just lewd behavior. I went to a store one day and they was fighting over damn tissue. I said, "Wow, they got the tissue right in the back, and they got people in the damn store going head to head about the fight over some tissue." And then the guy is in the back, like I can look in the back of the Walmart store. There's gang of products back there, but he's told to bring out a certain amount. So I said, "Wow, what was this really? Was this just to see how crazy people would get? You know, are we living in that time to where they're showing you that mind control is really a true actual thing now? That they can dictate whether or not you can breathe pretty soon? Because they may start regulating the air. They may start charging you for air. Who knows? That could be the next pandemic, you know? Air and water. We don't know. You see what I mean? So just get prepared, you know? Like I tell people, I have a backup plan. I would tell people, get you a, solar shower, get you some nice tools. I have tools on with me to carry along. Get you a laptop, um, get you a machete, get you a knife, get you a firearm, get you a flashlight, which I have, a very expensive one. Um, just get all these things you can get, um, and get you a supply of medical kits, things of that nature. Get you some boots, which I have them. Get you a tent, a sleeping bag, things of this nature. Because when the big thing end up happening to where you're not prepared, you don't want to be that person running out and trying to grab all these things at the last moment when people are panicking like they did last time for Lysol. I've never seen so many fights for Lysol. Like Lysol, I literally seen dudes in front of the Walmart store about to throw down for some Lysol. I didn't think that was that important. You know, bleach was absent. Peroxide was hitting. Alcohol was, whoo, it was hard to find. They just started really bringing that back in, I think in 2023. Shit, for a while that was hard to find alcohol. You couldn't find normal rubbing alcohol. It was just hard to find it somewhat. So you got to understand, you don't know what's going to happen. So just stock up on supplies while you can. Right now, at this point in time, we're having a peaceful time momentarily, not really the peace that I want to have. I want to have a subside of all weaponry and destructive activity, period, anywhere. I just want to live comfortable, but you really can't do that. You always got to keep your guard up. It's a sad thing, though, but this is what the society has come to, a constant, you know, being weary. You can't even trust people no more. They're always looking to steal, take, manipulate, do stuff to people to cause problems. I just don't understand it. Like I said, um, it's a lot of volatile activity. And as you can see, we can't trust none of our politicians, can't trust none of our celebrities, can't trust none of our people that's supposedly supposed to be leading us. They have all failed us in the most horrible ways. And it has come down to just, it's pretty much you against the world. It's good to have a loved one with you or somebody you care about, but at the same time, like Pac said, it's me against the world mentality right now. Um, I didn't come from these type of days. On the days I grew up in, everybody had a mission, like a prospectively idealistic and fundamental mindset of keeping everything in cohesion. Nowadays, that doesn't exist. Everything is haywire. It's pretty much either somebody's going to help you and hook you up, or you're pretty much left on your own to learn and to figure it out. So we're kind of just standing on shaky ground right now. I feel we're on thin ice, and everybody's hoping that somebody can come down at the bottom of that ice and make it solid and make it back to a thick glacier cap to where we can all enjoy ourselves and skate and have fun and live a good life. But it's not going to happen like that. I'm sorry to tell you, people. I'm not sure what's going to come, but I don't have good feelings about what's to come soon. So, with that said, I'm going to leave you with another slapper slumper. I'm going to come back with my final assessment. Like I said, tonight I'm going freestyle. I'm not doing anything to where I'm going to be just fixating on certain points. I'm just going to go freestyle because that's how I feel it should be done sometimes. Everything is not a written in stone type of movement. Sometimes you got to freestyle it there. All right, all right, all right, all right. That was a slapper slumper right there. That was something I made in a while. That's the one with the little bulldog on there. I kind of did that one with the intent to make something for a kind of like Thundercats with the Mamra in the background, and kind of like the jump off you if you kind of can imagine that. That's why I had the little pit bull on there, bulldog. Um, well, apologize. Pit bull and a bulldog is two different dogs, but I'm from the urban area. To me, a damn dog is a dog. I don't really give a damn so much what it is, as long as it bites and protects. But I know for some people out there that technologically, that's not a damn pit bull. That's a bull. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. I understand. I apologize. But yeah, okay. So one of the other things I wanted to speak about is some of the places I lived at. I'm just going to give you a breakdown of experience that I had to deal with. Um, I lived in Vallejo. Okay, very, I would say a good place, but also uh, a very sneaky place. Okay, so I dealt with some stuff there. Like I said, I had a relative that stays there. She kept, both of them kept calling the police on me on a daily basis, and I had another relative that lives across the way from that city. They were just doing that because they thought they was going to get some type of George Floyd type of thing going on with me. Um, I don't know that nothing ever panned out about that because the Most High has other plans. That's why I wanted to expose that. They were calling the police. I had one relative that called the police on me like 60 sometimes when I was in. Also lived in Santa Cruz. That was another really truly eye opening experience. I never seen so much Caucasian people on drugs. So that was the first time I seen that. Um, I also lived in El Cajon, California. That's past San Diego. That's when I worked for the Hot Shots. Not too far away from Descanso, California. That's where I was stationed at Laguna. Um, Not Laguna Hills, not no Laguna Hot Shots. Okay, so yeah, um, that was another experience. Living in El Cajon, a lot of just wannabe gangbangers. A lot of them. Like they weren't really solid like I thought they would be. Um, got into some a lot of problems there. I had a lot of problems because at that time when I lived in El Cajon, I had like four cars. I had four cars. I had a Geo. I had a Honda Accord. I had a what was the other car that I had? Oh, I had a Sunfire, and I had a what was the other one I had? Damn, it was a scraper. That's what just put it like that. It was a scraper. I forgot what type of year it was. It was a 1996. There you go, 1996. The interior was good. Just somebody had messed with the pump, and they had messed with the what do you call that again? Damn, what was the name of it again? One of it was something inside of the car. They had messed with it. Somebody got very jealous. Uh, Oldsmobile Cutlass. There you go. It was a Cutlass. So I had four cars. I was sitting on four cars. I had bundles. I had money back then. So like I said, at that time, that's when I had my first record label. So that's when I was pushing hard on the situation campaign by myself. Like I said, I was being hated on. Only thing about I learned about San Diego, I had more fights than I had any time in my life ever. Um, I had a lot of fights, a lot of hand to hand combat out there, tons of it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I had to fight people. I fought like three times at the club, fought outside of the club multiple times, um, fought while I was in the fire academy, fought while I was at the fire camp, fought just, it was like just a lot of fighting, a lot of testosterone out there, a lot of males. So when you're dealing with a lot of places, a lot of males and a lot of fighting, it's just a lot of. A lot of hand to hand combat. Um, I ain't going front. I got hit up a few times, but I did a lot of knocking people out. I knocked a lot of people the fuck out too. So it wasn't nothing new for me. But yeah, um, I also lived in San Francisco. I told you. So I lived in San Francisco, California. I lived in the brick homes. You know what I mean? That's right there in the Visitation Valley area. So I told you, you leave on it comes to the visit, and you leave on visitation. You know what I mean? Like like you just got out of the pen. So it's something different up over there. The whole atmosphere is a different atmosphere, and there's three different terps. Like you got the tower side, you got the brick homes where I'm from, then you got up the hill, down the hill, and you got the borderline. Then you have also uh, down below, you have the Sunnydale whole area. That's their whole perspective of their whole sector. They're broken down in different sectors. Back in the days, there was just one. So, like I said, over the years, they had multiple beefs amongst each other. So stuff happens. So yeah, I haven't been back to the neighborhood in a minute. I was there like probably like in 2000, and I think it was like 2018 or something like that. No, sorry about that. 2019. I went over there one time. Yeah, went back up over there. Uh, but yeah, I don't frequent the neighborhood like that. I don't just hang around because I know um, hot ones echo through the ghetto. So you know what I mean. You got to be very sharp on your toes up over there. It's not a game. It's not nothing to play with. Just don't come over there hanging out because it's not a hangout spot. And if you're not active and you're not in those type of trenches, you just don't want to be over there perpetrating or trying to hang out because it's wolves and there's bears, there's lions and tigers and everything waiting to eat. So no, I just don't play around in areas no more. I also grew up in the East Bay, so I grew up in Antioch and Concord, which is another aspect. Um, that's where I got put on with some other stuff. So I from that coming from the inner city projects area, I moved over there and I got with them. I mean, that's what they call the Sea Town. Um, the Yacht. I grew up in both of those places too. I have a lot of people I know out there, and that place is very diverse now. Back in the days when I was out there, it was not diverse like it was. It was just people from Pittsburgh, Richmond, San Francisco, very small amount, um, and a lot of other people that was there that did not like black people at all. We used to actually get chased by KKK members, and white supremacists would come with big trucks, and we were just little kids. They would chase us down the damn street. We used to. I remember me and my homies from Oakland. We had to hop a damn fence of a damn high school because they had like monkey masses, like these masks that was like resembling monkeys. They had big chains, like the thick ones with the big padlock at the end. They were chasing us with baseball bats, and they literally tried to ram my little brother. He got over the fence just in time. He fell, but they rammed the fence like boom with the truck, Ford truck. The big F1s. The big ones. They was trying to take us out. So yeah, it wasn't diverse when we was there. It was really rough. I had to fight a lot of racial people. I remember me and my friends from Oakland. We had to fight against some white supremacist dude. He was chasing one of our little friends, and they took his bike. And I asked them to give back the bike, and they called me a nigger, and they ran off. And after that, it was just chaos. Like I said, that place was very volatile. It was a lot of people. When I had moved out there, I guess a black guy had got hung. So that place is very scary. We didn't really go a lot of places at night. We try to, you know, bunker down a little bit. But as the city developed, more people started to move in, and then the city aspect changed. And when I go back to the East Bay, it's a whole different place now. To me, it looks like a little Mexico now. It's all different. Concord doesn't look the same at all. It's a whole different, diverse place now. It's very different. Antioch is, whew, that place is wild. When I used to live there, it was nothing like that. I used to go to school every day. They had they damn near. I think the principal had tried to ban BET because of me. And if you don't believe me, look it up. The principal at Antioch Junior High School, he tried to ban BET because he seen that I had long hair at that time. So when I had long hair, I had these type of braids in my hair. They were like you call them right now cornrows, like the designs. I had this a long time ago. I was always ahead of my time. So I had these braids in my hair, and he seen them, and he said that I was influencing kids of other nationalities to get their hair done like that. And that's when I actually met. I think he was a dude. He was a dude. He was a white dude from Antioch. He became a very well known rapper. Um, he was a white dude. Um, I, I got his name. Is Wood. I think something like that. But yeah, he was a white dude. He was a rapper. He became a very well known rapper out there. He passed away. Rest in peace to him. But yeah, I had met him. Um, we were gonna do something when I was younger, but I ended up drifting off. You know what I mean? Like I, that's what I do. I don't really stay at places that long. So I moved from Antioch, moved out of there, and now I entered into another place. So I moved into Daly City, which they would call Dollar City. I stayed there for a minute with a relative. Um, Not really a good experience. I got into a little scraps out there. Um, like I said, it was really like they used to call that little Asia because it's pretty much predominantly all Asian American area. Um, wasn't a good experience because, like I stated, it was not a diverse area like it is now. Probably now it's more diverse with other nationalities living there, but at that time it was nothing but people from one diaspora of nationality, and they didn't really too much like people that look like me. And I used to get a lot of harassment, F fingers. People would try to jump out of the car and call us racial names. Um, we would go to the mall. We just didn't really like it there. Um, it was a short experience, you know, and that's why I got up out of there too. Also from that relative because that was the same relative who ganked my identity. So from there, I moved to another place, and from there I moved to San Mateo, which was another aspect of dealing with people that was Pacific Islander. That place is really different. It's diverse somewhat, but it's not really. They have much more of a different aspect of element there. So it's not really as bad, but it's just much more of, once again, it wasn't a comfortable place then because a lot of being pulled over by police for no apparent reason, just walking my bike and being pulled over, ask questions where I'm from, what gang am I in. I'm like, I don't, we don't know what you're talking about because we over here just going to school. So that element, and then after that, I moved again, and that's when I took my trip to Southern California, joined the California Conservation Corps. Um, Started off in Los Angeles, which was another different place for me to go to. Very gang activity, highly uh, volatile areas. Um, I was there just for momentarily, pretty much because I just had to transfer. They had to, when they give you the ticket, you go to one place and they send you to one center, to the main center you're going to go to. That's just like the welcome center for the moment that I went to. I was happy to hell get the hell up out of there. Then I went to Camarillo, where I was going to stay at, which I stayed at Camarillo, you know, and that's where I kind of got my foundation. Then from there, I moved to San Diego, which you already know. Um, Very stronghold. Like I said, I never had so many damn fights in my damn life. So I lived in Dago for a while, which I'll call San Diego because to me, El Cajon, everything else is the same damn place to me. It's just different parts. But like I said, the whole damn city was fighting. That's pretty much about it. I went to National City. I had friends there. Uh, Went to San Isidro. Went to Alpine. I even had a friend that was a white guy that tried to bring me over to Santee. which that's not the place for black people over there, and Lakeside. So I had experience there too, also that I didn't too much want to dwell upon because it was very motivated with the N words and stuff like that. You know, um, Saquon. You know, oh yeah. So also too, when I was on the shots, I also found a So first thing I want to tell you, when I was with the the CDF, the Seaman Fire Center, I was on the first fire crew ever in the history of young firemen that went out of the state for a national disaster fire. So we made history. So my name is on that. That's one thing. Second thing, when I was on the hot shot crew there, I was the only African American that ever been on that crew for that long a period of time. So I made a history on that. Then on top of that, when I was there also too, like I said, we worked by the Viejas. That's another tribe there. They have a Sequan tribe and a Viejas tribe. When we were on the Viejas, I actually found some of their pottery in a temple. So they didn't give me any props for that, but you know how it is, underhanded. But they should have put my name on that because I did find that. Um, I found their pottery, found the temple over there. It was halfway dug up because I was the first Pulaski to go up the hill. So when I went to the very high point of the hill and I started to dig, first I came upon pottery. I started digging some more. As I dig more, then you can see a structure lightweight. So then they told us that we couldn't dig anymore. And I told my captain, I was like, hey, well, I get credit for being you know, a black man who found this stuff there. So, I just want to let people know that, because I know they did, history doesn't give credit to people that look like me sometimes. So you have to speak up on your own name. So, yeah, 3 times there, I made some history there. You know what I mean? That's something to speak about. You know what I mean? Um, on top of that, I moved to another place that was very crazy. Washington State. That place is very crazy. I've never seen so many white people doing crime. So that was another place I'd never thought. And I didn't know that they had gangs out there like that in Seattle and in Washington. When I first got to Washington, I had my Sunfire. It was sitting on 18-inch rims. I had tinted windows, 18-inch rims, the slap in the back. You feel me? I was just, that's normal California, low key, you know, low key baby balling. So, when I moved there, the first week I moved there, they broke into my car. They stole my stuff out of my car. I had to move into a garage. They broke into the garage. People that was in the garage helped some other criminals break into the garage. They cut the wires on my alarm, so the alarm didn't go off. They were trying to take my rims off my vehicle, but the only way you can get these rims off, you had to have the rim locked because it was very distinctive rims. They cost me like 2,500 for the rims. So it wasn't a lot. It wasn't really expensive rims, but back then that was, you know, some low key, low key money. Um, and I had the lock with me. So without that, you can't take those rims off. So they tried to take the rims off. They couldn't get them. And I didn't know Washington was like that. I didn't know that Washington State had a lot of pimps, a lot of people that were pimping and stuff like that. A lot of females, and first time I was there, I guess a guy passed by in a Range Rover. I get out of my car, my rims, I'm lightweight stunning. I have my belt on. I have my stunner glasses. I have all this stuff. I have my burner gloves on. I'm looking like a California person. I'm G'd up. Have all the accessories, the gold chain, the gold teeth, everything else. So at this time, I'm not into stuff, but that's just my attire for my generation. So when he sees me, he sends one of his females at me. And sure enough, I walk down the street to go get. I'm about to go get some liquor to come back to the house and relax. And when he passes by me, then the girl hops out of the car with she's wearing um, these very exotic, erotic type of clothes. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, it's cold as hell out here. What is you doing out here? This is Seattle. It's damn near about to snow out here. And she's trying to offer me a sexual relationship. And I'm like, "Oh, what do you want?" So I didn't understand at that time what was going on in that state. It was very strange. My place got broken into like probably one, two, three, four times. My car got broken into three times. Um, that place is a very dangerous place. So if you ever go to the Pacific Northwest, be very careful where you do well out there. It's not what you think it is. Um, that in Portland, whoa, that's another aspect of dolphin activity. As soon as I got off the damn train, they were already trying to steal my bag, my luggage. So I had to check them on that. Then when I got outside to go get some food, some wannabe ass gangbanger called the police on me. So I said, "Oh wow, this place is horrible. I'll never want to live here. I don't even know who would want to live here. This place is just it's not cool at all." Um, and then that was my experience in the Pacific Northwest. Like I said, I moved from there. Uh, Came back to California, Bing Bong, and now I'm here, back in the Bay Area again. So that's the story of my situation. I've been to the South. I've been to North Carolina, South Carolina. I stayed also in Tennessee. Um, where else? I've been to Virginia. Uh, I've been pretty much all over the place. You know what I mean? I have some experience. I understand what's going on. So I'm well diverse in what's going on in society. So if you enjoyed this conversation with me, enjoyed some details about me, and oh yeah, too. I wanted to also say because I always, like I said, I always know the feds are always listening, police or somebody, some type of informant. Um, Watsonville, I almost forgot about that damn scandalous place. That place is another place. Watsonville, California. Very careful. Um, Small town. Very not diverse at all. Um, my car got broken into out there. They stole my knives. I had like these knives, custom knives that I had because I used to like to collect knives. So I had knives, my gun clip. I was just moving into my place. Good, luckily they didn't get my Xbox. I was lucky. I had kept it in there just for a little bit because I didn't know. You know, what I mean, I'm thinking this is a nice farm town. I didn't think it was a gang town. So once again, they have a gangs out there too, also, and they I guess they wanted to try to test me. So um, they came for my vehicle. Um, that was pretty much. I never got into an altercation there. I did come close to one person in the elevator. Was a young gentleman. He had a 22, a old rusty looking ass 22. At that time, I had a Glock, so I had my stuff with me, so I was not playing around. It would have been very ugly for him with that little ass pea shooter. So yeah, um, and he was trying to rob me, but he didn't low key. He didn't know what I had on me, so I was just waiting for him. Like I said, he felt there was some type of way to get some type of stripes, trying to prove something. Like I said, him and a bunch of them other people there, they broke into my vehicle. So yeah, and then people was like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't be a snitch and tell everybody." I was like, "Hell, check this out, man." So let me explain this to everybody out there that's listening. Um, this is a definition of a snitch. A snitch is somebody that goes into being a criminal. When he participates in being a criminal of selling drugs, pimping, pandering, uh, gang banging, or something of that nature, where he's in the streets. Okay, this is his bread and butter. This is what he does for a lifetime. Then he cooperates with law enforcement or some type of feds or anything of that nature. That's a snitch. Okay, now a person that goes to work or has a business or a company and just lives a lifestyle that's not telling on people, that's not involved with selling drugs, that basically makes a report for something stolen from their vehicle because for one, you have to pay for these things that are broken, like your window, your insurance pays for it. So you got to give detailed information so you can get that money reimbursed back to you. That's not a snitch. Okay. Snitches are people that go around cooperating with law enforcement just to get people caught for no apparent reason or either are involved with criminal activity and do not do their own time and tell on other people. Those are people who are doing that. Those people are tattletelling. Now, normal citizens that own property, that have things that they have to pay for, that have insurance, that have stuff that they have to basically log and they have to get assets, liability, and equity for, and things of this nature that they're paying out of their pocket to keep up and the upkeeping of something. And they have to then make reports in order to get their money and reimbursement back. They're not snitches. Okay, so that we have to stop putting this false narrative out there of that being a snitch because that's what people are trying to tell me. Oh yeah, man, you a snitch. You told somebody took a gun clip out of your car. That's snitching on the street. And that motherfucker, I'm not on the streets. I don't hang out on the streets. I don't sell pistols to niggas on the streets. I don't clap niggas on the streets. I'm not out on the streets on a daily basis, busting knots. I'm not out here curb serving. I'm not out here on the block hugging the block all day with niggas. I'm not out here being a block boy. I'm not doing none of these things that perpetuate me into the streets. I'm a person that's a grown ass adult protecting my investments and myself. Okay, so if you're a stupid dumbass and you gonna let somebody steal a damn gun clip out of your car and then go use your bullets to go kill somebody, and you telling me you're not gonna tell nobody that your shit was stolen, you a fucking idiot. Because if they go kill a little baby or a little kid, guess who's getting response? Who's gonna be responsible for that? You. So just think about that. I think we need to kind of change that fuckery ass narrative because I'm tired of people using that shit that somebody's a snitch. A snitch is somebody who's voluntarily doing criminal acts with other people and then don't hold their weight or they don't want to do their time and then cooperate with law enforcement and tells on people. That's snitching. Okay. I'm not involved with anything of that nature. I never been no dope dealer. I've never been no person to hold no type of weight. I don't even get involved with anything like that. Like I just told you. I've never had a felony. I don't have a criminal record. I don't sell dope. Everybody from my neighborhood know I never sold dope. Everybody from where I'm from know I don't sell no damn weight. I've never done none of these type of things. So you cannot come at me and perpetuate me in any type of format of that type of mindset or narrative. Like I said, I'm from the Jets. Yes, me and my homies, we hustled. Okay, we hustled doing stuff as in petty crimes, like little stuff like stealing from the store, stuff of that nature, fighting on the corners, fighting on the blocks in our neighborhoods. We didn't have no things to where we're having bodies and we're selling big amounts of stuff and all this other stuff. We just hung out in the neighborhood like normal kids would do that were probably being mischief and being young and not understanding life. And then as we progressed and got older, most of us got businesses, got jobs, have kids, have moved on, got college degrees. Don't hold somebody to some bullshit that happened in the past because that shit is in the past. When I was a little child, I'm pretty sure everybody from where I'm from it stole from the damn store. That's not a fucking thing that you can hold forever. And just because I'm from the inner city does not mean that I'm an ignorant, dumb, childish, and manipulative and con artist and thief type of person. No. You have people from all over. Like I said, I didn't live everywhere. I done seen dope fiends and thieves in every city, town, and state. And they have nothing to do with no damn projects. I done met people from overseas that come over here and steal more than people from the damn projects. I've met people from the project who got more morals than people that live in these richer places. Believe me. So let's not put these false narratives on people based upon them coming from the intercity and just saying, oh, they're from the projects. They're going to come and bring. No. Like I said, I've been to Fairfield and seen tons of dope fiends out there. And ain't no damn projects out there. Okay. So where all the damn dope fiends coming from? Okay. Let's get it right. Okay. I've been to Concord. You go out to Concord, you see tons of dope fiend knocks. Antioch, tons of dope fiend knocks. Seattle, super knocks everywhere. Santa Cruz, extraordinary, unknown knocks. I've never seen people like this. Okay, they're just doing dope on a daily basis, and none of it has nothing to do with anybody from any projects. So when anybody tells you this, just because you're from the inner city, that sure something's bad about you, they're a piece of shit. They're more criminal than what you ever will be. That's why they're trying to put a false narrative on you so they can spin it on you and make you feel like you're something lesser than them, a value. They're a piece of shit. Fuck them. Don't let them put you into a small little box and try to shut you down with a lock and key. No, that's a false narrative. Because like I said, I'd have been everywhere with all kind of people from all kind of races and seen them do drugs, seen them steal, seen people on drugs, and seen them using drugs. I don't touch it. I don't mess with it, but I've watched them and I've seen it and I'm very aware of it, like I said, because being in the inner city, you are pretty much you're able to, how can I state this? You're able to pretty much have to develop a hardened shell because you're constantly seeing people do this around you. And that gives you much more perspective of why you don't want to do it. Now, when I go to these other places that are in these rich areas, their kids are just getting high like hell, and their parents are just giving them tons of money, and they don't have no type of limit to what they're going to, you know, prevent them from doing. So they just let them OD and overdose. So that's why I was able to see that. Wow, like being in Santa Cruz and being in Seattle, these people support their children to be dope fiends, and then they help them out when they try to struggle. But being from the inner city, we're always categorized as just drug addicts and everything bad about us, troublemakers and all. Like, no, get the fuck out of here. If that's the case, then if you live in a city that's so good, why do you have dope fiends there? It shouldn't be any at all. And you can't even solve your own problems. So don't try to come and bring that bullshit to me like as if something about me is lower or lesser than you because I come from a certain place. We have people coming from overseas that are involved with more criminal activity than ever. Trying to use that fake ass narrative about somebody coming from the projects like as if they're the worst thing on the planet. Motherfucker, please. That stereotype shit is over with. So with that note, I'm gonna leave you with that. That's the end of my show. I wanted to speak on that because I just felt that that was something very very specific to people of my nationality or my gender happen to deal with that all the time. And I heard that too when I was out here in this East Bay area from some dick in the booty ass individual from Fairfield told me that shit. People from San Francisco, they'll come and smoke anything off the ground. Like, shut your ass up, nigga. Most of these people from over here, from where you from, they was straight out doping ass knocks. They was over here doing all kind of knock shit. Stop it. You with a slapper slumper.